Hey Gemini, what's going on with you, Jimmy? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your Neptune retrograde reading for June 2021. Now, Neptune is going to be in retrograde between Friday? It goes in full throttle on Friday, June 25th, but it's going to be in retrograde until December. So when Neptune, the planet of illusions, glamour, compassion, psychic abilities, the creative imagination, amongst other things, when it goes into retrograde, what happens is it helps us to see the reality of things. Whatever it was that we were not accepting the truth in, or whatever we were under the illusion of, those rose-colored glasses will drop, and it's like you walking around with rose-colored glasses on when Neptune is direct, right? Whatever's going on within you, you may not be dealing with some issues within you because maybe you don't want to see the reality of it. It could be things going on with people around you. They could be painting an illusion about something, and it's because they don't want you to see the reality. Well, when Neptune goes into retrograde, all of us, our favorite rose-colored glasses, whether they're Versace or whether they're, whatever brand they are, they could be 99 cents from the dollar store. All of our rose-colored shades, no matter who you are, what style you have, those shades, just consider them all cracked and broken. So you can't wear them now. You got to wait for them to get repaired. They're not going to get repaired till December. So now you're seeing everything that's going on for what it really is. And your psychic abilities are going to be enhanced so that you're going to be able to pick up on things that, maybe so-called bullshit, right? So, with this energy, it strips away the illusions, the dreams, the false realities that could have clouded our vision about, stuff that's going on with ourselves. You have Neptune in your 10th house. So your 10th house, wait a minute, let's see. Is it your 10th house? No, it's your 10th house. Yeah, it's in your 10th house. So with the 10th house, we're dealing with your reputation. We're dealing with your moral compass, your moral fiber, your moral being. We're dealing with your professional achievements, your professional endeavors. We're dealing with your life goals, okay? So what we're looking at is the illusions being stripped away from that, so that you're seeing what truly is going to be, or what it is. So if there's something that's been hindering you in the area of professional achievement, professional development, if there's something that's been hindering you in reference to your reputation, whether how you see yourself or how others see yourself, whether it's, what's been holding you up from accomplishing or setting life goals and accomplishing those goals. Some of you are going to be thinking about that. Now, the deeper the illusion, the harder the reality hits. So for some people out here, it's going to be rough, okay, with this Neptune retrograde energy. But there's a way that you can deal with it. The first thing you have to do is just accept the reality of the situation. Now, what happens with Neptune is because Neptune deals with escapism, form of escapisms, where it's either drugs, alcohol, addiction, crime, things like that. People could have done those things, and so now they're looking at themselves in the harsh reality and judging themselves harshly. And as a result of being judged harshly, whether it's by yourself or by society, because this is about your reputation and your professional achievements and endeavors, whether it's on the legal side or the illegal side, all right? Because Neptune is in the house of Pisces, and Pisces deals with prison, detention centers, places where people go to be isolated away from society. It deals with the psychiatric, what is it that I want to say? Not the ward itself, but psychiatric centers and facilities. So it deals with that. So a lot of people are going to be, unfortunately, dealing with the harsh reality of the decisions that they made in reference to how they see themselves, how other people see them, or in their personal life or their career. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into this and see how this may affect you guys here. So the overall energy is the sun in reverse. Some of you may not be feeling too good about some of the things that you may have done, or some of the things that have been done to you. Now, keep in mind with my readings, I'm talking to all Gemini. So there are Geminis out there who may have done some things that are not so good, may have committed some crimes, did some things to, moral crimes against society. Or you could be a Gemini who has been at the other end of that crime, okay, where you may have been a victim. You could also be the Gemini who has committed crimes against yourself. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we're dealing with the sun energy, which is Leo. Leo deals with the self. Okay, so with the sun energy here, this is all about the self. And some of you may not be feeling so good. Okay, for whatever reason, we will find out. It could be low self-esteem. It could be, some of you could be in your ego so strongly that the actions that you may have taken were based on ego. And so as a result of those actions, you could be reflecting back on, okay, damn, why was I doing that? Okay, I was all in my ego or what have you. But let's see. So we have the Queen of Wands energy, which is Aries energy. We have the Death energy that came out in reverse. This is Scorpionic energy. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, the Three of Cups is Cancerian energy. That came out in reverse. We have the Seven of Wands, more Leo energy. And then even more Leo energy with the King of Wands in reverse. So we're dealing with a lot of the self, inner self, okay, as far as you. So I feel like with you, based on what I'm seeing thus far, we're dealing about how you feel about yourself morally, okay? So with the Queen of Wands energy here, the current situation is energy of feeling in control, ready to take action, confident in who you are, because the queens represent how you feel on the inside, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your imagination, your intuition. All right, so this is a man or a woman, but how you feel on the inside right now is in control, or how you felt on the inside is in control. This is past, present, or future energies. The challenge in that, though, is the Death energy in reverse. So this Death energy in reverse could represent the after effect of a transformation that went on, or it could change. It could have to do with the fact that maybe you're feeling confident and cocky in your energy because you refuse to change. There's something you refuse to change, and you're being in your ego about it. Now, your spirit guides, guardian angels, and ancestors are telling you the Three of Cups energy in reverse is what needs to be looked at, or what is the concern here. So with the Three of Cups in reverse, this could talk about, for some of you, Neptune deals with addictions. For some of you, it could be drinking, partying, okay? Because the Three of Cups in reverse talks about partying excessively. It could get into, we got the King of Wands in reverse here. So this could be dealing with someone not wanting to change their ideology in reference to their addictions, partying, drug use. This could represent sexual addictions as well, because the Three of Cups in reverse, along with the King of Wands in reverse, could definitely talk about orgies, those types of things. Not saying that they're bad, but for some people they're not. They are bad. Okay, not for everybody though. Everybody's not the same. Where your head is at is the Seven of Wands here. So some of you are fighting accusations. This could be you internally fighting yourself about some of the things you've done, or some of the things you participated in. Or this could be people outside of you attacking your passions, your desires. Okay, because the wands, that's what they talk about, your passions and desires. So some of you could be defending that, and it could be you defending that against yourself. So you could have the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the other, and you could be going through some type of transformation in reference to letting go of some energies that are just not good for you. Or, some people have issues going on in their life and they don't understand the root cause of it. Could be, for example, alcohol. Neptune rules alcoholism, escapism in the form of drugs, alcohol, addictions, things like that. So there could be some of you who are dealing with addictions because of the fact that, some of you may feel like I got it under control, and that might not be the case. The outcome here is the King of Wands in reverse. Some of you may be afraid to admit to a situation, and it could be because of your ego. You are afraid of how other people are going to see you. Okay? So that's for some of you. Now, keep in mind, like I said, when I do my readings, I'm talking to the Geminis who, if there's a victim, how can I say it? If there's a predator prey type of situation here where someone was done wrong versus someone who did the doing wrong, it could be Gemini on either end. Okay, so sometimes I'm talking to the Gemini who did the dirt. Sometimes I'm talking to the Gemini who unfortunately was done dirty. So keep that in mind with these collective readings. Okay, there's too many people or Gemini placements for me to just be talking about the victim all the time or be talking to the victim all the time. And I don't pick the energies. You see, I shuffle, and whatever cards come out, that's what the universe wants addressed. That's what's going to get addressed. So let's see what this Queen of Wands is about. We have consolation. So yeah, I feel like for some of you, this is you with the Queen of Wands energy, basically saying, hey, I feel I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. I can do whatever I need to do. I can stop whenever I need to stop. I can start whenever I need to start. I feel like it's some form of addiction is what we're dealing with. And that's the current situation. Some of you feel like you're in control. The challenge is the death energy in reverse. But things are not changing for you is what I'm feeling here. Things are not getting better. We have fortune in reverse. See what I'm saying? I can't make this shit up. Things are not getting better for you. The fortune card came out in reverse. Some of you are losing money. Other areas of your life are suffering, and you're not seeing that the reason behind it is whatever it is that you are fighting yourself against. For some of you, it's alcohol. For some of you, it's partying. For others of you, it's gossip. Okay, because the Three of Cups in reverse talks about gossip and slander, being a fake friend. Some of you may have been the victim of this. But let's clarify this Three of Cups in reverse. I'm going to take this one that came out first. Okay, here we go with the howdiness. I don't know how many cards we got here about ego and pride. All right, and how you're worried. Some of you may be concerned about how other people see you. Some of you are hanging out with people who are very negative. Okay, very negative. And some of you feel like, okay, I don't got to cut them off. I could still hang out with them from time to time. And for some of you, you hanging out with them from time to time, that negative energy is infiltrating into your life in other areas. It's messing up your money. It's taking your fortune in other areas of your life, whether it's financial, it could be health-wise, it could be robbing you of your health. Okay, it could be robbing you of your financial opportunities because maybe, if you're around these people in this negative energy, it's being reflected back into your life in negative ways. Because, when we hang around people who are not good for us, the universe, the first thing we do is our money will start getting hit. And then eventually it'll be our health. Okay, so for some of you, because you refuse, the challenge is you're refusing to let go of a situation or accept change. It's causing misfortune in various areas of your life. And until you accept that, whether it's alcohol, drug abuse, fake friends, being a fake friend, partying too much, until you accept that this is draining you, you're not going to be able to experience fortune in the various areas of your life. Now, some of you in your head, you're like, fuck that. That I got this under control. It's not that serious. La la la, woo woo woo. And you could be saying that to yourself or to the others around you who could be trying to point this out to you. Clarify the Seven of Wands, please. Yeah, we have child energy. So for some of you, you're being childish, okay, in reference to how you're handling the accusations, especially if it's internal. That angel demon type of energy where you're in your ego fighting your ego. And your ego is basically telling you, for some of you, you're being childish. Okay. For others of you, it could have something to do with some childhood issues that happened to you growing up. And as a result, this is why you're out drinking and drugging and doing whatever it is that you're doing. And see, Neptune is going to help you to understand, why am I doing this? So for those of you who are doing all of that type of stuff, and you're doing it in excess to the point where it's causing misfortune in your life, and you see it as, it is not, that's not the problem. Some of you are looking at other things and saying, oh, well, that's the problem, and this is the problem, and that's the problem. No, it's the friends you hang around with, and what y'all do when y'all get together is what's the root of your problem. Well, that's the main part of your issue. The underlying root behind that or underneath that could be some childhood insecurities that you may have experienced as a kid. And as a result, you coping with that is you running into people where you're drinking and partying, trying to forget about that because your higher mind is reminding you of it, but you're trying to block that out. Neptune's your higher mind, your psychic abilities, and you're trying to block that out because you don't want to deal with it. Well, when Neptune is in retrograde, you can't block it out. Those rose-colored glasses are cracked. So you're going to see the hard reality and the truth of it, right? So now, with the King of Wands energy here in reverse, as the outcome, some of you are going to have to accept the fact that, okay, yeah, I need help. Here's the Death card in reverse again. Because you're refusing to let go, because for some of you, you're scared. You're afraid of how other people are going to see you, okay? You're afraid of how you're going to look to other people. You know, you don't want to look like a coward. You don't want to look like a sucker. You don't want to look like you're fake. You don't want to look, you don't. Some of you, on one end, you're being called out, okay, on your behavior. Some of you have been two-faced. Some of you have, hung out with people's enemies, and this was not somebody you should have been, and you may have divulged some information. Others of you, it could be that this was done to you, but I feel like the premise or everything behind it had to do with ego and pride. Let's get a little bit more energy here. What's the consultation energy? Okay, we have the Four of Cups. Some of you are not happy. So the thing is you're not happy. With the Queen of Wands, you're adamant about your ex. Okay, let me show you. The Queen of Wands, you're adamant and comfortable in your stance. You're like, look, that's not what the issue is. Blah, 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 blah. Others of you, you're taking the initiative to figure out, why am I not happy? The consolation card is you talking to your higher self. What is it? Why am I not happy? Why are things not working out for me? I need to take action and find out why. Why are things not happening for me? Why am I sad? Why am I emotionally unstable? Why am I to the point where I feel like I may need psychiatric care? That's for some, not all. But some of you are just unhappy, but there's degrees of unhappiness. Okay, and keep in mind, Neptune does deal with psychiatric evaluations and psychiatric centers, things like that. So some of you could be experiencing something severe as that, where you may feel like you need to check in to a psychiatric facility for 72 hours. You'd be surprised at how many people may feel like they just need to take a fucking break from everything because things around them are just falling apart. Okay? Speaking of which, that is the challenge for many of you. The Death energy in reverse. Things are not changing. No matter what you do, nothing is changing. Everything is falling apart. And it's like, why? Some of you are trying to figure that out. We have that clarified with the Six of Cups in reverse. The thing is that there's some childhood issues here. These two cards came out, the child card and the child. So some of you are dealing with unresolved childhood issues. So some of you need to look back at your childhood. Okay, did you grow up in an environment where, you didn't have any of your parents? Some of you may have grown up in an environment where you had parents who were addicted to drugs, and as a result, now as an adult, you find yourself coping with the pains of childhood. And so you may now have addictions. Let's see what this Three of Cups in reverse and haughtiness is. That's one too many cards. What's this haughtiness? What is it that your pride is here? Definitely, there's a pride issue here. Your moral compass, your ethical being, your ethical standards in reference to what's going on you're looking at it as if it's your ego being attacked. We have that clarified with the Hermit energy. You need to isolate and remove yourself from this type of environment. The drinking, the drugging, the partying, the gossiping friends, the two-timing, talking about people behind their back or people doing this to you. And if you're around somebody who talks shit about people that they hang out with, they gonna be talking about you. Why are you still hanging around these people? Some of you may not even realize that that's why your life is happening the way it's happening. Because other people's energy is rubbing off on you because you're hanging around them and participating in the bullshit that they're participating in. Some of you, you're looking at it like, oh, I'm good. I'm all right. But the universe is saying you really need to look deep with the Hermit energy. This is your sister energy here, the Hermit. Okay, because you're both ruled by Mercury. Some of you need to go within. Some of you need to isolate yourself from this environment. Stop going to those clubs. Stop going to those bars. Stop hanging around those people who, every time you're around, you got money. Okay, let's get something. Let's get a bottle. Let's smoke. Let's pop. Some of you, you're dealing with that. Now let's clarify this child energy, because this is where your head is at. We have the Four of Pentacles here. Some of you are keeping something secret, and you're keeping the secret in reference to what happened to you as a kid. And you're fighting yourself internally about that. Holding that in. Some of you are not letting that out. You got to let that out. This is why you're experiencing the things that you're experiencing, because you're trying to cope instead of talking about it. Some of you need to talk about it. Some of you have been through some very unfortunate things as a child. Very unfortunate. And that's a lot to deal with. And I'm not telling you, oh, just go ahead and, nah. Because some of the things you've been through, I couldn't even probably imagine. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Some people have experienced some real atrocities as a child. Sexual abuse, sexual assault. Some real terrible devil shit. And you're dealing with that. And some of you are dealing with that with the drugs. But you don't realize that the underlying issue is that you're not talking about it. You need to talk to somebody about it. Remember when I was talking about some of you not feeling emotionally there and maybe wanting to go and check out for a minute? Some of y'all are doing it with the drugs. Some of you just need to go and talk to somebody. What's the outcome here? The King of Wands in reverse and the Devil energy in reverse. If you're afraid to admit what's going on, or you're afraid to speak up about sexual abuse, because the King of Wands in reverse, that could be sexual abuse. If you're afraid to speak up about it, it's not going to, some of you are feeling guarded. Some of you are feeling guarded, and this is why the Devil energy is in reverse. You refuse to deal with it. You say, okay, it's done, it's over with, and you move on, but it's not, because it's still affecting you. Some of you have got to speak to someone. You've got to open up. I'm going to have something listed at the bottom here in reference to some help that you might be able to get, okay? But it's going to be based nationwide, based on the U.S., okay, because that's where I am. So I'm going to put that in the description box below for those of you who may need to just reach out. Just call them and see what's up, So we got the Sun energy in reverse. This could represent something that happened to you in childhood as well with the Sun card in reverse. The Sun represents the child. Something that happened to you that damaged your ego. It damaged your self-esteem. You don't feel good about yourself. Nine of Cups in reverse here. So as a result of you, going through these things and not feeling good about yourself, some of you are self-indulging, drugs, alcohol, or any kind of addiction, overindulging, because you don't have any hope and faith and belief. You're losing your hope and faith and belief. And as a result, you're in stagnant energy. The Star energy in upright is about healing. Some of you are not healing. You need to heal. And it's because you need to express what happened to you. Some of y'all, if you don't want to talk to nobody, write that shit out. Write out everything you feel. Write it out. Get it out of you. You got to get it out of you somehow. And if you find that that's not helping you, then, maybe reach out to a counselor. We have the Hierophant energy in reverse. Some of you, this is family who did you dirty. With the Hierophant in reverse. Some of you were assaulted, physically assaulted, sexually assaulted by family members when you were a child. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is why you are not emotionally open. So some of you come off as emotionally manipulative, because basically what it is you're not necessarily trying to hurt anybody. It's just you have not dealt with your emotions. And so you can't open up to anybody. You can't be in a serious connection with anybody. Unfortunately, that person doesn't know that. They're trying to love you, and you're not, for some of you, you're not purposely trying to not accept the love. It's just you can't, because it's blocked. You have that block there. And so for some of you, you get frustrated because you may have been in situations where you did someone who loved you wrong and you didn't mean to. And your conscience is telling you, damn, you did this person wrong, but you don't understand why. And so because relationships you may have ruined because of this behavior, you don't understand why. It's because you need help. You need to deal with your emotions. You need to let them out. You're repressing your emotions. And so for some of you, you have low self-esteem because of that. It's like, you know who you are. You know you're not a bad person. It's just some bad shit happened to you. And, now as an adult, trying to cope with it is just very difficult and taxing. I feel drained doing this reading. I'm starting to tear up. Like, on some real shit. Let me get you some advice and see what the universe has to say. Now, this is not for all Geminis. Some of you may know somebody who's going through this, and that you may be in a relationship with someone who is not able to connect emotionally with you. It could be because there's some childhood shit that they're not talking about. You could have somebody where their parents wasn't around, but you don't know some of the shit that happened to them as a result of them not having their parents around. Some kids had to grow up real quick and in the streets, real quick, and seen some things. And it's difficult for them to process and digest that. And so because people did them dirty, they out here doing people dirty. Because they're hurt. So we have hummingbird spirit. Some of you got to get help. You got to focus on the now. You got to be in the now. Some of you are still coping with the things that happened to you from the past because you haven't been able to let them go. But once you express it, maybe some of you just need to be around good people. Some of you don't got no good friends. That's the problem. You don't have nobody you could talk to. The Three of Cups in reverse. The people you talking to, they not your friends for a lot of you. They're not your friends. They don't care about you. And you need to get away from them. So you need to focus on what's going on now. What's going on with you right now? And you know why what's going on with you right now. So what are you going to do about that right now? Right now, being in the now is like, okay, I need to get some help in some way, shape, or form. So that's what you should be focusing on. Don't keep looking at the pain of the past and what happened to you. You're not going to ever forget that. But the thing is that you can't live in the past. Some of y'all are still that kid. That kid. Like, some of you are still in the mindset, if you were 7 years old when that crazy shit happened to you, your bullshit ass family, whatever they did to you, or if you lost your mom and your dad and you were like 10, some of y'all are still in that mindset of that 10-year-old kid. And you got to come out of that. You got to be in the here and now. You're an adult. So you got to figure out ways to cope. 3 plus 4 is the number 7. The number 7 is the Chariot energy, letting go of what happened to you in the past. For some of you, this is something that went on in your family. Because the 4th house with the Chariot deals with family, the bloodline, what went on in the privacy of your own home as a kid, the nurturing energy that was in your house or the lack thereof. Some of y'all are dealing with childhood issues. Set healthy boundaries. Some of y'all, like I said, you need to stay away from these people that you're around because they no good for you. There's no growth and prosperity dealing with these people. Some of you are the ones who are footing whatever it is that y'all are into as far as you footing the bill. Whenever y'all get high, get drunk, you ever around these fake ass friends. They just taking advantage of you. And some of you are doing that, overcompensating. Oh, I got it. I'll take care of, because of your self-esteem. And people are taking advantage of you because of that. You're not seeing it. Trust in the great mystery. Whenever the mystery energy comes up on these cards, this is clearly indicative of the universe being involved. 6 plus 5 is the number 11. The number 11 major arcana is the justice energy. That is karmic. Okay? Trust in the great mystery. You have to trust that you are being led down this energy. You're being led down this path here where none of this is helping you cope anymore because you have to get to the underlying root of the issue. It's time for you now to talk to someone about this. Whether it's another family member that you can talk to, whether it's a real friend that you can get around, or whether you need to reach out to some type of helpline or psychiatric or psychological treatment. Shit, if you feel like you need to just check in for a weekend, then go check in because you know what's going to happen. They're going to say to you, okay, what's up? And then there you can talk to these people and let them know what you're dealing with. And guess what? They're going to pull out a plethora of services that might help benefit you. I was just speaking to one of my clients the other day in reference to someone that they know who's going through some changes because of what they went through as a child. And they went to a facility. And the facility said, okay, well, we have in treatment. You can do this. You can do that. So just go and see what's up. You would be surprised at the resources that may be available to you if you just let somebody know, I need some help, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know where the fuck to go. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I know I can't continue like this. That's the universe saying, yeah, you can't continue like this. You need some help. Let's get some more advice and we'll wrap this up. And again, this may not be you, Gemini. This could be somebody you are around. You know, you could be a Gemini ascendant watching this. Yeah, see? This is another card that talks about focusing on the here and the now and letting go of the past. Some of y'all are drinking and smoking and doing all of this and hanging around these fake ass people because of past shit. Past energies. 3 + 2 is 5. The number 5 is about the emperor energy, being in control, taking control of a situation, taking leadership in the situation, okay, and moving forward and getting the hell out of the past. So we got 2 cards that talk about being in the here and now. 2. So this is a very strong message from the universe to you. Let's get 2 more. We'll wrap this up. Thinker. Definitely. Thinking about what's going on. Thinking about what you need to do. How you should go about it. Should I get help? What kind of options are going to be offered to me? Who can I talk to? What do I need to tell them? What should I tell them? What's going on with me? Some of you are really sitting down and trying to figure this out and you're not at peace. And you won't be at peace until you get the help you need. Until you speak up about the atrocities that happened to you as a kid. All right? I wish you the best. And again, there's some information in the box below for those of you who may need to just reach out to someone. This is based on the States though, okay? Because I'm in the States. If you need a personal, reach out to me. I'm at 8thhouseenergy@gmail.com. I wish you the best, Jimmy. Take care of yourself.